Fed confirmed BUI of XRP from holders at price of $50,000. Is it possible to relist XRP on Coinbase? What will such an event lead to? We will answer these questions in today's video. The current price of XRP for today is $0.35 and the trading volume for 24 hours is $136,000,000 We are updating our XRP price in US dollars in real time. XRP has dropped 30% in the last 24 hours. Welcome to the Rich Club channel. If you like this video, don't forget to like it and subscribe to the channel. Do you think the analysts are right about XRP? Write the answers in the comments. Giving away 500 XRP at the end of the week. One random subscriber will receive XRP coins. Take a look at the instructions in the comments section. All you need to do is write the word XRP, watch the video to the end to like and subscribe. The Relative Strength Index, RSI, has not been definitive over the past few days. Last week, the RSI held a neutral value of 50 as support, but recently this level has not passed. Thus, there may be some volatile dynamics during the weekend. Similarly, the Awesome Oscillator, AO, was also below zero. He has not yet shown a strong bearish impulse. The A/D line had a resistance zone that was directly overhead and was indicated by two dotted white lines. If A/D can overcome this region, it will be a sign of sustained demand for the XRP rally. The Directional Movement Index, DMI, showed the absence of a strong trend. ADX, yellow, it was at level 20, ADI just above the 20 mark. Technically, this indicated a bearish trend, but in general meant the absence of a significant trend over the past few days. The $0.35-$0.36 range will be important to protect the bulls over the next day or two. The formation of a lower low below this area will signal bearish strength. Momentum indicators were inconclusive on the lower timeframes. Bitcoin could also strongly influence the direction of XRP in the near future. Lawyer John Deaton accuses SEC Gary Gensler of gross abuse of authority in his war with cryptocurrency. John Deaton, the founder of CryptoLaw, criticized the excessive reach of the SEC in an article published on Fox Business. According to Deaton, Gary Gensler, chairman of the Securities and Exchange Commission, aggressively sought to expand the agency's powers beyond what is permitted by law. Highly recommended reading sparkles at Johnny Deaton one's article succinctly articulates the harm SEC chair at Gary Gensler continues to do perpetuate towards crypto. The SEC harms investors and creates disorderly markets by not providing regulatory clarity. https://t.co/vidra1tjob. Moonchaser, at Moonchaser 2020, August 21, 2022. He cited how, with the exception of congressional action, the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, CFTC, the main regulator of investments that are not considered traditional securities, has primary responsibility for regulating digital assets. This may mean that the SEC has limited jurisdiction over the cryptocurrency industry. In 1946, the Supreme Court issued its famous Howey criteria ruling, which laid out a four-part test to determine what qualifies as an investment contract. Deaton continued by stating that after Howey, Congress was unable to pass any new legislation that would directly regulate cryptocurrencies. This should mean that Congress intends to make the CFTC the de facto regulator of the cryptocurrency industry. He alleges that Gary Gensler, chairman of the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, used this perceived lack of clarity to launch a campaign of regulation by enforcement that pushed Howey to the limit. In December 2020, the Ripple case was initiated by Jay Clayton on the last day of his tenure as chairman of the SEC. The Securities and Exchange Commission has filed charges against Ripple executives for allegedly selling XRP in a way that could qualify as a Howey security, since the proceeds, according to the Securities and Exchange Commission, were partially used to support the growth of Ripple's business. As a result, they were required to disclose information about these sales to investors, as a public business would do. John Deaton previously noted on Twitter that XRP is by far the most important altcoin in the cryptocurrency market as a result of the SEC's actions against him. He pointed out that if Ripple Labs loses the case, it could be dangerous for all other cryptocurrencies, as the SEC could mark them as unregistered securities. Brian Brooks, ex-head of the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency, OCC, in the U.S. Treasury Department and former CEO of Binance in the U.S., expressed his assumptions about the possible outcome of the Ripple lawsuit against the SEC. In a recent interview, Brooks noted that the court will decide whether the initial coin offering ICO of Ripple in 2013 is a violation of U.S. securities laws. However, he expects both sides to come to a settlement so that investors can continue to trade XRP in the United States. According to Brooks, the settlement that is likely to happen will border on the spread of XRP in 2013. Here, the most important problem related to XRP is that there is a difference between the way an asset is distributed and the nature of the asset at the moment and time. And I think the problem is that whatever happened during the initial distribution of XRP tokens 10 years ago, whether it was a security or not, it will be decided by the court. The question is XRP a security today? The answer is that the SEC itself has stated that assets can change their nature over time as they become useful and decentralized. I'll just make a quick prediction that a settlement will be reached somewhere. The settlement is related to the distribution of tokens so that existing token holders can continue to trade them and find value in them in the ways they do. Brooks is quoted as saying, "Want to know what Michael Barr thinks about #XRP? Brooks is an American lawyer, technologist, and entrepreneur. He has extensive knowledge in the public and private financial sectors. Brooks served as comptroller of the currency from May 29, 2022 to January 14, 2021. After serving as comptroller of the currency, Brooks became CEO of Binance, the United States. However, his tenure did not last as many expected, as he resigned just 3 months after starting work. I am informing you all that I have resigned as CEO of Binance US. Despite the differences over the strategic direction, I wish my former colleagues great success. There will be exciting new things," Brooks tweeted. Interestingly, attorney John Deaton, the legal representative of more than 71,000 XRP holders in the lawsuit, also previously said that the SEC would rather agree with Ripple than hand over Hinman's documents. According to the letter filed yesterday, Ripple wants to classify the names and identifying information of third parties and some Ripple employees included in the petitions. The blockchain company stated that the proposed corrections were made to protect the privacy of the parties. Ripple and 2 of its executives, Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larson, are asking for narrow corrections to the physical evidence presented by the company and the SEC regarding objections to petitions to exclude expert testimony. The defendants submitted copies of the physical evidence with the proposed revisions classified together with their letter. The limited corrections requested by the defendants are narrowly focused on protecting the legitimate privacy interests of third parties, Ripple noted in its letter. #XRP community #SECGov. #Ripple #XRP. The Ripple defendants have filed a letter proposing narrowly tailored redactions to a limited number of exhibits to the briefs filed by the parties in opposition to the motions to exclude expert testimony. According to Ripple, some of the third parties it seeks to classify include both some digital asset market participants and its business partners. These non-parties expressed a desire for the proposed amendments to protect their private interests, Ripple said. Ripple also confirmed its willingness to edit the names and contact information of 2 of its employees who appear in Daubert's response. The blockchain company noted that the identities of its employees are not relevant to Daubert's response, adding that they are also not part of the lawsuit. In addition, Ripple also wants to edit the personal financial assets of 1 of its employees, which it claims are unrelated to Daubert's answer. Meanwhile, attorney Jeremy Hogan, a partner at the law firm Hogan Hogan, became interested in the identity of the so-called digital asset market participants. Can digital asset market participants mean real retail buyers of XRP? Fingers crossed, lawyer Hogan said. Ripple is requesting relatively limited, relative to the SEC, redactions of exhibits mainly to keep non-parties' names out of the pleadings. Could digital asset market participants be referring to actual XRP retail purchasers? Crossing fingers. Lawyer John Deaton, the founder of Crypto Law and the representative of the owners of XRP in court, makes a bold prediction about what may happen after the briefings on the summary judgment are made public. He stated, "When the motions for summary judgment are made public, we will see evidence that we currently do not know about, including testimony from Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse, co-founder Chris Larson, Ripple CTO David Schwartz, and former Ripple employees, Hinman and other SEC officials, Amy Starr, Valerie S." He also added, "I predict that we will see also why it was so important that XRP holders were heard. When the summary judgment motions are public, we will see evidence we are currently unaware of, including testimony from at Garlinghouse, at Chris Larson's Fit Joel Katz and former at Ripple employees. It includes testimony from Hinman and other SEC officials, i.e. Amy Starr, Valerie S., etc. John E. Deaton, 212K followers beware imposters, at John E. Deaton 1, August 20, 2022. According to the latest updated schedule shared by James K. Phelan, the remaining months of 2022 may be a key moment in the trial, based on upcoming decisions and petitions to be filed. It is expected that petitions for a summary judgment will be received by September 13. Objections are expected by October 18, and responses to any objections must be given by November 15, before Judge Torres makes a final decision. Phelan predicts that Judge Torres' decision on expert petitions and a summary judgment may be made by March 31, 2023. What do you think are the prospects for XRP in 2023? Write your forecasts in the comments. Thank you for watching this video to the end. Please do not forget to like it and subscribe to the channel so as not to miss the release of new videos, and do not forget about our contest. Write in the XRP comments to add 500 XRP to your account.